Good morning, Scorpios. Good morning, good morning. Hi, welcome to Tarot with Kat. I am Kat. This is the tarot reading for Scorpios for the week of October 1st through October 7th. So if you're new to my channel, and it's a brand new channel, been up for like 1 month, but if you're new, I do readings every Monday morning for all the fire and earth signs and every Wednesday morning for all the air and water signs. I have a few other fun videos I'm working on that explain a little bit about tarot for those of you wanting to learn about the tarot. It's so fun and fascinating. And so at the end of this video, I hope you'll hang around. I have a video about the scariest cards in the tarot for October, for Halloween. So I hope you'll check that out. All right, so Scorpios. So this is Scorpio reading for the first week of October. So September was a wild ride for so many, for everyone, planetarily, astrologically. I always like to start by thinking about what's been happening energetically and planetarily because it's all connected. It's all an energy thing. The tarot is very connected to astrology, numerology, Kabbalah. So planetarily speaking, September was a biggie. We had a couple eclipses. We had these configurations of planets that haven't happened in a very long time. We have Pluto out of bounds, all kinds of weird energetic pulls, and then all these planets all at the same time kind of suspended in retrograde. Well, it was wild and kind of still is, but it's such a time for big changes in life, like generational changes and stuff. So it had some really powerful readings. And that was September. And now we're going into the first week of October. And for you, Scorpio, with Mercury moving into Scorpio, your words and thoughts are going to deepen. And so you should expect hidden truths to come to light this first week of October, Scorpio. So it's a time for shadow work. It supports confronting old patterns this first week, psychological themes. That what you face now and get rid of and unburden and stuff, while this is happening, you're going to step through to another level is what that's going to allow you to do. So that's what the energies and the planets are telling you, Scorpio. So you're going to notice probably shifts in your closest relationships are going to be asking you for honesty and rawness and new emotional terms. And so that's what the planets are doing. That's how the planets are pulling on Scorpio. So let's see what the tarot has to say for the first week of October, shall we? This is the reading for Scorpio for the week of October 1st through October 7th. So I am using the Centennial Smith weight deck. And if you look down below the video, just right down here where it has the description and it says more in bold letters and ... more ... If you click that and open it up, I have links to the decks I use, as well as some other links, as well as for some of my family and loved ones who've asked, I have started to include scriptural connections for all my tarot readings as well. And you will find those in the description as well. So you, this week, Scorpio, are coming out as the Hierophant. Okay? So you're being represented as the Hierophant. Excuse my pup up there who's just going nutso because I'm down here not paying enough attention to him. But he will stop in a moment. So you're being presented by the Hierophant. You are being crossed as your obstacle challenge awareness, Scorpios, by a 7 of Swords. Look out, the 7's about. Down here in your subconscious tool shed here, what is grounding you, your foundation, what you have in your subconscious that you bring along with you. We're looking at King of Pentacles. Stepping out of your immediate past, September. We're stepping out of a 6 of Cups situation. Aw, beautiful. Family connection, nostalgia, old acquaintances, reunions. Very cool. Crowning you up here, Scorpio, is a King of Swords in your crown, in your ideal. In the immediate future, after the first week of October, you will be stepping into, we got a bonus card from Pixie, from Pamela Coleman Smith, the artist who did the original artwork for like one of the most common tarot cards known. This Centennial deck has bonus artwork of hers, and so it likes to pop out too. So you got this bonus Lovers with fish in the air, and fish are always creativity. White is purity, red is action. That's a beautiful card. Along with, speaking of action, 10 of Wands, pushing forward and pushing through and doing all the work it takes to really get something done and finished. And you're at the end of it. You're at the end of a big job. Down here, you and your environment this first week of October, Scorpio, you're feeling the 5 of Wands. And then your environment around you is giving you King of Wands. Wands. Swords, Pentacles, Cups. Okay. You're in your hopes and fears section, you're getting the High Priestess. Yeah. Yeah, that's your hopes. You want to know what's not known. You want to bring truth to light. And that's definitely what the High Priestess is. So anyway, the final outcome for you, Scorpio, this week is Judgment. The Judgment card. The 20th major arcana. Exactly. Wow. Hoo-hoo. Okay, it's tracking so far. And so before we get a little deeper into this reading, Scorpio, I do like to pull out one more clarification confirmation card from my holographic. We can't take a chunk of cards. They are kind of slick and like to be tricky. So we'll see what one, that one wants to be it. So we will keep that confirmation card hidden until the end of our reading. And at any time during this reading, you have a feeling you think you might know what that confirmation card is about, do drop me something in the comment section below. Yes? All right. Okay, so Scorpios. This week, you are represented by the Hierophant, the 5th major arcana. This is the card that has everything to do with all your social groups, social relationships, networks, and all of that. Your church groups, your school groups, that is what the Hierophant is. It's all about that kind of order and whatnot. And so it's also the 5, which is a little card of also being kind of off balance. So you're feeling this week. I think you're, like I said, you are confronting old patterns. You're looking at old things and groups and things and really calling into question a lot of them and being like the Hierophant, like putting, kind of using. It's interesting that the final outcome is the Judgment card. So, but no other way to say it than Judgment. I mean, Judgment goes right hand in hand with the Hierophant. A Hierophant was a clergyman. They're the ones back in the old days who were in charge of imposing societal rules on society. It's the 5th person the Fool meets in his journey after the Emperor, who lays down like the Emperor's rules and laws. The Hierophant lays down like society's laws, God's rules for it. And like, it's your religion, it's your giving, it's all of that stuff. And so it goes very much with the Judgment card, which is what you have in your final outcome, Scorpio. So you're coming up as the Hierophant, and you're coming as being crossed by these swords, which is, look out, the 7's about. This is about, depending on where it comes up in your reading, it could be a warning to be strategic, look out, be careful signing contracts and stuff, because somebody's trying to pull one over on you and sneak things over on you. But in your case, because it's what's crossing you, I really feel like it's what you're calling this into question with people around you. How many of you you're asking this of people around you if they are real and sincere or not, or if they're just playing around and you're calling into question their authenticity, or they just trying to make a buck or trying to, without being authentic. So that's what's crossing you, is having to judge looking out for all of that this week. You're bringing with you, as you're grounding what's under you, this King of Pentacles energy, which is beautiful. This is somebody who's very stable in their finances and has, comfortable, is good at that, is able to be that caring person and give that stability, also financial stability to others. you have that as a foundation for you. In your immediate past, you're coming out of some sort of Six of Cups situation where you've had some recent get-togethers, maybe reunions. This is often represents intergenerational love and commitment, like grandchild to grandparent, child to parent, things like this. This is your Thanksgiving family get-togethers and high school reunions, things like that. It can also be. So yeah, so you maybe have had some of that in your recent past in September, reconnected with some people, reconnected with some old relationships. That was a month. September was a month for old relationships to come back in, and you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought I'd hear from that person again, and yet they came back, and here we are, and you're looking at it again. So that maybe happened to you, Scorpio. Crowning you up here is the Ace of Swords in your ideal. So this is triumph, victory. Maybe you're really wanting to be triumphant in just in life in general. You're wanting to be triumphant and succeed, but you also want to be a swift, good communicator. This is also swift action and swift communication. And so I think maybe you're hoping for, and truth. The Ace of Swords is the card of truth, cutting through lies. And I think that's why that's crowning you. It's truth. It's cutting through the BS is what's crowning you this week. So then you're going to step into, after the first week of October and going into the second week of October, finishing up a big job, coming to the end of a big job, maybe something to do with creativity too, and forging new relationships. I don't know, because she popped up with this. But a lot of work has been done, but you are forging on, and you're at the end of it. You're at the end of all that work, that first week of October. You're still battling these Five of Wands, so you're still dealing with, petty tasks and things, but this is the card of continuing to do the work to reach out and grab what it is that you want, and that is what you're doing this week. Your environment is giving you a King of Wands, so the King of Wands is saying, yes, follow your passions, do it. Like, it's giving you a supportive environment for following those passions and continuing to battle for what you want. And press forward with these wands, with this work that you're doing. So keep pressing forward with that. Your hopes and fears is that you have the High Priest. This is your hopes, obviously, because she's the High Priestess. She knows all. There's no secrets from the High Priestess. The second person the Fool meets on the Fool's journey, and there are no secrets. So this is perfect. Obviously, if you're being crossed by deceit and people like lying, cheating, the Seven of Swords, knowing all would be, of course, your ideal, your dream, to be the High Priestess who has no secrets from her. She's holding the Torah, she's divine knowledge, she's supreme intuition, she's full, pure creativity. And I think that's like what you're wanting to channel and be, because you want to cut the crap. Cut out all the crap is what I think you're looking at this week, Scorpios. And your final outcome is going to be judgment. The Judgment card, judging these things, these different things, and cutting them away, because you're stepping through that portal. You're stepping into a new, it's very exciting. You got to be willing to let things go. And how exciting. So what could our confirmation card be? Something about being able to let things go. Eight of Cups, for example, with strength to walk away. Any of the eights, any of the strength cards. What else could it be? Something about this Hierophant, about judging, about judging these things around you and cutting away, or trusting your intuition. Maybe the Moon card, maybe, or the Star. Let's see what it is, shall we? And our confirmation card is the Sun. So after the Sun and the Moon, after the Star and the Moon comes the Sun. It's beautiful. It's probably one of my favorite cards it comes right before Judgment. Right before you experience this Judgment card, you're feeling this beautiful Sun card. And then you're judging everything in order to get rid of the weight, so you can step through that doorway. So that's beautiful. great confirmation of this whole reading. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the reading, Scorpios. I hope you check back again. Click the lotus. And to subscribe, click the other video, to my scariest cards in the tarot video, to learn a little more about tarot and learn about these fun cards. Even though they're considered scary cards, it's fun to learn about them, and then when they come up in readings, they no longer scare you anymore. And especially if you're learning to read the tarot, do check that out. So thanks for visiting my channel. I'm Kat. See you back next week.